the mushroom world, there's a treasure that grows from the ashes and sells for $60 a pound. Today, I am dressed a little bit like the Black Morel mushroom. This guy. This mushroom has a lot of weird holes. It's a little bit hollow. This mushroom is more closely related to truffles than a mushroom, and it can actually live inside of plants, packing more vitamin D than almost any plant on the earth. But be warned, there is a deadly twin that looks exactly like this mushroom with the same chemicals as rocket fuel. Today I am doing a deep dive on the Black Morel mushroom. They are called Molly Moochers, Hickory Chickens, and Snakeheads. This mushroom is a delicacy for so many foragers as it boosts your immune system, but only if you can spot it from its dangerous other cousins. I'll show you why this mushroom refuses to be farmed and is only for foragers to find, and how it even hitchhikes across continents, showing up all over the world. This is the Black Morel mushroom. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Holly. I made the brand Susrooms and I turn mushrooms into characters. I actually make mushroom trading cards, and if you want to see the entire process of how I made the Black Morel mushroom, you can go over to my behind the scenes episode right here. If you want to be part of my Patreon, you can totally do that. I send off trading cards every month, but let's get into what the Black Morel mushroom is like in the real world. Meet the Morchella elata. This mushroom in Latin almost sounds like an Addams Family character to me. You might know it as the Black Morel mushroom. I feel like this mushroom is so popular. There's so many people that are going on hunts to find this mushroom. It doesn't last very long, but it sells for a lot of money. He stands anywhere from 2 to 10 inches tall, which is just cutie pie. This mushroom actually has a hollow center, which really makes it stand out from other types of mushrooms. Its cap is usually this brown color, almost black looking, and the stem is more of a cream. This mushroom will usually blush whenever it's shy, meaning whenever you pick it from the ground, it will start to turn a different color. You might notice some bruising of blackish brown as soon as this mushroom is plucked. And if you take a spore print, you will see this yellow powder start to appear. He belongs to the Morchella family, and many foragers highly praise this mushroom because of its edibility. The Black Morel mushroom is a mushroom of 1,000 names. Not really, but it has a lot of names. Depending on where you're hiking and what people call it, you might hear the names sponge mushroom, Molly Moocher, snakehead, dryland fish, and hickory chicken. That's a lot of different names. This mushroom lasts about 7 to 14 days, which is longer than most mushrooms that I've read about, but still not a very long time. You can generally find this mushroom after a spring rain. My guess as to why this mushroom has so many weird nicknames is because it looks very strange, and I feel like strange things kind of have a lot of different nicknames. And here's a bit of wild biology. This mushroom is not even closely related to a mushroom that you might see at the grocery store. In fact, it's more closely related to a truffle. This is considered Asomytota. These mushrooms are also called fire followers, meaning that they pop up after a forest fire. They can carpet the entire forest floor just full of them after these fires, which is something that a lot of plants and fungi don't really do. Another reason why this mushroom is highly praised is because it has a lot of vitamin D. This small mushroom can pack 50% of your daily serving of vitamin D, which is highly nutritious. But here's a golden rule. Never eat them raw. As most mushrooms, they contain mild toxins that only a good saute can destroy. Just keep that in mind. Never really eat mushrooms raw at all. While it's a culinary superstar, it is only edible when cooked. As mentioned, this mushroom has a lot of vitamin D in it, and it is also loaded with antioxidants like selenium that help your body fight off stress. That's really good. Modern science is even looking at this mushroom as a medical ally. Researchers are trying to get this mushroom into medicine to help people alleviate stress, get that vitamin D, and lots of other things. They even have immune-boosting anti-tumoral properties. Lots of lab tests are going on, and hopefully we can see this on the market even more in future years. Morel mushrooms are more than just a food source. They can also be a really helpful tool for a lot of people. The weird thing about black morel mushrooms is that they're a phylacative, meaning he can change his lifestyle to survive. Most of the time, this mushroom is a saprobe or saprobic, meaning that it eats dead leaves and minerals on the ground. But sometimes this mushroom doesn't eat only dead organic matter, but it actually bonds with trees, exchanging nutrients with trees underground. They love ash, elm, and conifer trees. They can honestly even live inside of plant tissue without causing a stir at all. These mushrooms definitely survive and thrive in mountain soil in the northern hemisphere, from Pacific Northwest to the Himalayas. You'll usually find this mushroom from April to June, and they really don't stick around very long. They have a very short window of the correct moisture and temperature and everything in order for them to survive. Of course, a mushroom is not just the mushroom outside of the ground, but it is a mycelium underneath. So just because you're not seeing this mushroom doesn't mean that it's not living under the ground somewhere. What's interesting about this mushroom, it's only been found in one place in the world, but because of hitchhiking spores, they have been spotted all over the world now, which is really interesting. Side note, I actually had some mushrooms grow in some of my plants here just from the spores being in the soil that I bought. I literally bought soil, replanted these pothos, and little mushrooms were popping up all over the place. It was so wild. Spores can definitely be transported anywhere, and I think that that is so weird and cool. And anyways, this mushroom can pop up all over the world. It is kind of crazy. Is this mushroom easy to actually spot, or do the dangerous lookalikes really take away a lot of the fun? Well, they do. There are 3 different mushrooms that look really similar to this one that I will mention. I like to kind of give a full deep dive into what these dangerous lookalikes are so that you can kind of spot the difference. First, there is the false morel mushroom. As the name goes, it looks very similar to it. It is not a real morel mushroom though. It has that weird honeycomb texture on the outside, but it has more of a reddish brown outer shell to it. Unlike the sturdy morel, this mushroom will actually break a lot easier, which is one of the ways that you can tell which one is which. The false morel actually doesn't have a hollow center like the black morel. It's very dense on the inside. This is another way to kind of tell which one is which. It also has this off-white colored stem, which looks very different from the actual mushroom. This mushroom has a chemical living within it that actually is a component of rocket fuel. This chemical is Gyromitra. It is safe to say that this mushroom, the false morel, is not good for you. Eating this can lead to a nightmare of neurological distress, but also gastrointestinal distress. It's not exactly a good trip. It's a very, very, very bad trip. This mushroom has a yellow-orange spore print, which is different from the yellow one from the black morel itself. This is definitely a mushroom that you do not want to pick, and you want to make sure of which is which when trying to look for the morel mushroom. Next, we have the small thimble cap mushroom. This mushroom looks like it's wearing a hat 3 sizes too small. It has a reddish brown cap. The stem is more cream colored, similar to the black morel mushroom. But unlike the morel that is attached as one piece, this particular mushroom, the smooth thimble cap, is attached all from the top. If you tug at this thimble, it will come right off. It might look dainty, but its reputation is a little murky. Its edibility is hotly contested, and most foragers like to say that this one is pretty toxic. A lot of debate is up for this mushroom, so I would just stay away from this one. This mushroom also has a yellow looking spore print to it, similar to the black morel, but I would definitely just stay away from this mushroom. And then we have the wrinkled thimble cap. This mushroom at a glance definitely looks like the black morel mushroom. It has more of a yellow brownish color to the actual cap, but it's easy to tell that this mushroom is not the black morel as soon as you slice into it. Instead of it having this hollow chamber, it's stuffed with this white pit. This mushroom also has quite a bit of toxins to it, so you do want to stay away from this one when you're looking for a snack. This mushroom not only can cause gastrointestinal distress if you eat it, but it can also give you a nasty case of the loss of muscular coordination. This just means that foragers will be stumbling around a lot, which is pretty scary, especially if you're in a lot of pain after eating it. This mushroom has an apricot-looking spore print to it. This goes to show that a wrinkled face does not always mean wisdom, and that you should probably leave this particular mushroom alone. So how hard is it to make bank with these mushrooms? Because if we're talking about $60 a pound, while black morel mushrooms are pretty common, they're mostly found in burn sites. Because these mushrooms are exclusively wild harvested, this leads to the command in a higher price. Definitely depending on the season and region, it can definitely sell for about $20 to $60 per pound. Definitely depends on where you are in the world, but the best of luck to you in finding this mushroom. Have you ever spotted a black morel mushroom before? So now that we have talked about a lot of different types of mushrooms that look similar to this one that are dangerous, I'm going to do a quiz to see if you can spot which one is which, test your skills so that you can find this mushroom in the wild. Let's see if you can get all of them right. All right, I will see you in just a minute. Hi and welcome back. How did you do? Did you get any of these mushrooms wrong and were you surprised? I try to make all of these quizzes kind of difficult, so let me know if it was a challenge for you. To all of the winners out there that got all of those right, you can now have the mushroom trading card. This is the Black Morel trading card. Ta-da! If you would like to see that entire process on how I made that trading card and some really cool stickers to go along with it, you can go ahead and click on the video right here. So overall, were you surprised by the black morel mushroom? Was there some weird facts they didn't know? Let me know in the comments. If you're interested in joining my mushroom club, I actually have a Patreon where I send off trading cards and sticker sets every single month as I make them. So you'll be the first ones to get all of that stuff. If you would like to see any of the previous trading cards that I have made, I have an entire website, susrooms.com, if you want to check that out. You can also follow me on my socials if you want to stay updated with me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Stay safe out there with all of those mushrooms in the forest.